what I know now, I would do it all again in a heartbeat. Take those fragile years, all your worry and tears, and put them on me. Oh, I must admit, when I think of how far we've come, it was worth the risk, 'cause it dug us a deeper love. Never in a million years did I think I'd get so lucky. Never in a million years did I think you'd be mine. And now I can't imagine a life without you, and every song that I write's about you. Just thought you should know I'll never let you go. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. Honey, I've been thinking about how we've come to be found in this moment. Makes it easy to believe, must be more to you and me, something magic. And I must admit that every morning I wake up, either I must be dreaming or I must be lost in love. Never in a million years did I think I'd get so lucky. Never in a million years did I think you'd be mine. Now I can't imagine a life without you. Every song that I write's about you. Just thought you should know I'll never let you go. Never in a million years. Never thought life could be so good, but it's so good with you. Never thought life could be so good, but it's so good with you. Never thought life could be so good, but it's so good with you. Never thought life could be so good. Never in a million years did you think I'd get so lucky. Never in a million years did I think you'd be mine. And now I can't imagine a life without you, and every song that I write's about you. Just thought you should know I'll never let you go. Never in a million years.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Better Man Show. Thank you for joining me. My name is BK, and if you're friends, that shouldn't surprise you. But if you're not friends, um, don't be a stranger wherever I am popping up on your radar. Welcome to the Better Man Show. This is a show where I document my journey on becoming the best version of myself this year as well as for the years to come, right? This is an interesting journey. And especially if you're joining us for the first time, you might be wondering what this is all about, right? This is because I'm getting good at pointing. When I first started, I was like, is it this finger or is it this finger? Now I know it's this finger. So, welcome to day 97 of a 100-day live stream challenge. You have no idea how good it feels to say that. Meaning to say day 97 of a 100-day live stream challenge. Because 97 days ago, I started a personal discipline challenge. I wanted to do 100 days of live streaming purely because I wanted to see if I could build some personal discipline muscles. Nothing else intended. It's not for some kind of business venture or anything like that. It was purely just for seeing if I could stick to a habit for 100 days. And it was inspired by someone called Andy Frisella, who has a similar challenge-based project called 75 Hard. Now, his challenge is also very interesting because it's not just one thing, it's a series of things that you need to do on an everyday basis. And the difficult part about his challenge is that if you miss one of the items, right, so he gives you until 2, 3, 5, 9 of the day to check it off. If you miss even one, and you even miss by just a little bit, you have to restart from day zero again, right? So obviously, people who succeed in his challenge, they go into a club called 75 Hard Club, right? So this is my version of it, but I'm not borrowing from him. It was just inspired by him and wanted to do a personal discipline challenge. Now, of course, the whole idea of all this is because it's kind of in line with this topic for today. Sunday, kind of take it a little bit easier in terms of content wise, and kind of just wanted to have a conversation with you, those of you who are watching, whether is it in replay or watch it live. And I really truly appreciate every one of you for your comments, feedback, and all that. So what is the most important investment that you can make for in 2021? And the answer to that is actually very simple, which is the most important investment is to invest in ourselves, right? And part of why this got started, why I got to know about Andy Frisella, or why a personal self-discipline challenge, is because over the past couple of more recently, I've started to pay a lot of attention to personal development. I started to invest in myself because I realized that in many ways, I'm not where I want to be in life, right? And I've made mistakes in the past and I want to reinvent myself. So the only way to do that was to be a better person, right? Be a better man, right? And part of it is investing in myself, which led me to spending time on books, audibles, tapes, programs, courses, and so on, right? Some I chance upon myself, some are recommended by friends, some are free, some are paid, some are very expensive, some are not so expensive, some are affordable like audibles and so on. But all of them combined together is just a total overall investment in myself, right? And interestingly, just now during the our team meetings just now when we gather on Sundays just to catch up with everyone. It was we had a sharing from one of our teammates and they also invested in themselves and went to take up a course that will help them to propel them to much greater heights in whatever they wanted to achieve. And then they did a sharing from that, right? And it just got me thinking about all these things that we are talking about anyway. And interestingly enough, sometimes investing in ourselves, it start where you are, right? It doesn't have to be a massive, major investment. You can start with like simple things like books and audibles, which probably will be in the 10 or $20 range, right? And then if you are comfortable with that, you can move up to courses that may be in a few hundreds or maybe even a few thousands. Because the sky is the limit when it comes to personal development and investing in yourself, right? Because for example, like I am Grant Cardone has I mean one of his groups on Facebook now, he is doing a program and part of it is free, but there is also an invitation for you to take up personal coaching with him, and that personal coaching is I think is almost a six-figure coaching, right? So you see, the sky is literally the limit, right? When it could be $10, $20 for an audible book, which again can be valuable if you put what is inside those books, the content in the books into good use. It's going to be valuable as well. Because how many times have you heard someone say something like, this reading this book changed my life, or this book, something in this book changed my life. So it can change your life, even if it's just a very humble $10-20 book, right? It doesn't have to be 100,000 coaching program that can change your life. Of course, it will change your life if you spend $100,000. It definitely will take you to a next higher plane of performance. That's always possible. That's always the goal, right? But start where you are, right? So that's always the goal. And the past couple of weeks, because of doing this personal discipline challenge, I've also started to, because I'm also creating content, right? Creating content for these live streams and all that. Interestingly, I've gotten to know a few new things. So some of the recent topics I'm very keen on are things like journaling, and writing my thoughts down, my journals, journaling on a daily basis. So I shared a few times before things like the Zettelkasten approach to taking notes. And so I've been watching quite a few YouTube videos about, and also going to the zettelkasten.de site to learn about this new system of collating notes and creating a second brain, right? And because of that, it led me to something else that I kind of also wanted to share with you, because it sort of reminded me of the fact that last time I was a very voracious reader. I read a lot last time. It's like every week I'll be going to the library and returning 5-6 books. Uh, or every 1 or 2 weeks I'll be returning 5-6 books. So I read at a very constant pace when I was a student, which is partly why I have to wear glasses, because I had a very bad habit. And if you are a student now or you have children, advise them not to read on the bus, because the movement and all that causes. I have very high astigmatism because of. I think the doctor said that's the reason why, right? Anyway, but over time, while I still do read nowadays, I find that I don't read as much as I should read. And recently, whether the universe or whatever you want to call it, is kind of reminding me, hey, maybe I should pick up the habit again, right? And just wanted to share. Let me see whether I can show you. Probably can see. Hang on a minute. Yes, I can. So, yes, I can. So this is a quick recommendation for Sunday, for you. I just came across this book and I kind of think, and it's related to journaling. So this is about writing and journaling every day, right? And it's called The Artist's Way, a spiritual path to higher creativity. So it's been around for 25 years, but I just came to know of it. Maybe you already know about this book, but if you don't, certainly comes highly recommended, especially if you are starting out on this track or path of journaling. I just picked it up today. It's on my Kindle now. I just started reading. And so this is a very nice illustration. It's by Julia Cameron. Okay, it's by Julia Cameron. And if you are keen on to know what is inside, this is kind of like uh, the table of contents, right? So it is a 12-week program whereby every week there is a certain focus. So week 1, for example, is recovering a sense of safety. So you journal and there's guided questions, and then it's about focusing on recovering a sense of safety. Part of it is that I think every day you're supposed to start the day by writing. It's called free. It's like a stream of consciousness writing, and I think the requirement is 3 pages or 4. I can't remember, but I have to take a look. Which is something that personally I've started to realize as well. Is that so this 100-day self discipline challenge is leading me to understand that I also want to kind of structure my day in a more disciplined fashion as well. Because if I want to be at a different level of performance in my personal life, then I need to start to learn how to get more from my day, right? And to get more from my day means I need to put in a more disciplined approach to the day, right? And just nice, this thing came along. Sometimes it's just Is, I mean, if you say it's coincidence or it's good timing, well, it's a bit of everything, right? So I think I'm going to enjoy this book because it's a 12-week program, which is roughly about 90 days as well, 100 days actually, right? So these are some of the things that they will cover in this 12 days. So once again, it's called The Artist's Way. It's a spiritual path to higher creativity. In fact, I can't remember where was the video I got this. I'll probably drop it down in the description later on. But that particular YouTube video has got four other four books in total. This was the first one, so I'm kind of looking into this first, right? And then I'll probably start the other three as well, right? So one of the personal disciplines I will probably want to do on top of this 100-day live stream challenge for 2021 is to start to read more consistently and take notes more consistently, using a Zettelkasten approach. I'm totally enjoying the Zettelkasten thing, and the app called Obsidian. It's been helping me to be more conscientious in writing down my uh, daily reviews and the thoughts and ideas and so on a daily basis. So if you are like me and you need something like that to keep you engaged or interested, right? I mean, maybe pen and paper is not as enticing to you, then consider that, right? But I would still encourage you to have some form of pen and paper version and then transfer that later on into like the Obsidian app that I talked about, and make it a digital second brain project, which would be interesting as well, right? So it's fun because now as I look at the Zettelkasten, the brain is growing. I remember if you remember a few days ago when I talked about it, because I only started making a few notes, it looks like it's a very small brain, but now the brain is growing because it's been a couple of days since then already. So that's that. So happy Sunday. Today is day 97. Just kind of wanted to talk a bit about this in a more relaxed way, because motivation was also because of what my teammates were sharing just now. They were doing a personal program, and they shared what they learned. So make that investment in yourself this year, right? I mean, whatever form or fashion that you prefer, just always be learning, always be improving ourselves. It doesn't always have to be professional improvement. It can also be personal or spiritual or hobby or anything like that, right? For example, one of the things that I would like to do this year is I used to love to do photography a lot, right? I have a I use my own dark I used to have my own dark room. I will process my own film, and mostly black and white because it's easier. I had multiple lenses that I could, interchangeably use and so on. But over the past few years, that has kind of declined in importance, but it's always been a passion. So one of the things I want to improve on this year is also to pick it up again and see what I can do with it, right? And I've added one layer to it as well because I've also gotten a bit interested in like some of this video production and short film production and all that. So that's maybe another area that I would like to try my hand on, right? So obviously a live stream is it's not a produced video, which is why my other friend who started her own 100-day challenge said that she loves the live stream format because the reason she loves it is because there's no need for planning, or it's not so structured in a way, right? I mean, if you start a YouTube channel, for example, you notice a lot of YouTubers, their videos are so nicely scripted, edited, produced, right? Which is part of the fun part about YouTube, and the quality and the level of production is high. But live streaming is a different ball game altogether, right? It's kind of a bit more impromptu, more off the cuff, fly by wheel kind of thing, right? Like, I mean, over the past, if you've joined me for a few live streams so far, you will know that sometimes things do fail, right? Like yesterday, I'm still trying to figure out why. Like yesterday, I showed you how I did the iPad drawing on the screen thing. And when I did a top-down view, um, the colors just look a bit funky, right? But that's the fun part about live streams, and I think that's also the charm that some people like about live stream, because they know that things can go wrong, right? Things can go wrong, and the host can fix it on the fly. So that's the fun part of it. So happy Sunday! Have a great week ahead, right? Wherever you are, stay safe, stay healthy, um, make the most of 2021 regardless of what is going on in the world, and just do and make an investment in yourself this year, right? No matter big or small, right? Start small if you have never done it before, or if you have the funds and the finances, and you are at a level of performance that is already here and you want to hit an even higher level of performance, then by all means go for a Grant Cardone level of investment in yourself. That's definitely very much up to you, right? So thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow for day 98, and then you'll be day 99, and then we'll be in day 100. This is, you have no idea how much fun it is to say, like, today is day 97. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.